our stream. Now, first things first, very sorry for A, the delay, and B, no stream being today this afternoon. We had announced that there would be. However, things came up. I needed help with the preparation of my grandma's. Sorry about that. My grandma's birthday party tomorrow. I need to help out there short term. So yeah, I didn't quite have the time capacities to get that stream done. But it is what it is, and yeah, we are back for tonight's stream again. So that one's delayed as well. Lots going on today, but we're not going to let that stop us having a relaxed stream tonight. So this is, if anyone doesn't know, the day X, I think 6, 7, 7, because today is Saturday and we start on Sunday, of our stream series where we I boycott Qatar 2022, the World Cup. And I try to stream whenever there is a match live to kind of give people an alternative in terms of entertainment. The reason we're boycotting is obviously the circumstances surrounding the World Cup, including the migrant worker rights violations there and the people who died. In order to hopefully do our small part to make this world a little bit of a better place, I have decided to set up a fundraiser trying to raise a bit of money so that hopefully those kind of situations don't happen that much anymore. The kind of means we use to raise money for is migrantsrights.org. There's an NGO which tries to fight for migrant working rights, and we already added 90 euros of our 750 euro goal. As per usual, oh sorry, my signal is still connected. As per usual, I am going to be donating 5 euros to start the stream day off. We're going to be donating 5 euros to end the stream day off as well. This is just kind of to get into it, to kind of cause some incentive. If you want to find this link, it's in the About tab of my Twitch, of my YouTube, and you can also find it on my Twitter. And I will also be trying to put some more updates out on Twitter before or when I go live in the next few days. However, stressful week trying to set all this up. And it's not worked out too smoothly so far, but I think we can do better from now on. As you can see, they have to thank, the money doesn't update immediately. It takes a couple of minutes, but we're going to have a look at it at the end of the stream when we donate another 5 euros. And tomorrow, when we join back up, will be at least 100 euros. If someone decides to donate a little bit in the meantime, we will be even higher on that scale. Yeah, let's get into something a bit more lighthearted. Let's get into the football manager things. So we are almost properly into pre-season of the new season. Yesterday we had a couple of streams going through the off-season. A couple of transfers have happened. Good signings, to be fair. Nothing too exciting. Rory McLaughlin has left us recently. He never played much of a role. Same thing goes for the likes of Louis Wilson, Kobe Hunter, and Jordan Diamond was our backup right back. He has gone. We have since replaced him twofold, actually. Initially, Calvin Brownlee came in. Then my director of football also offered up to sign Mr. Elliot Wood, who looks a little bit of a better player. So I decided to move Calvin Brownlee down to the B team, and Elliot Wood is going to be our backup right back this season. One very nice thing about him is he can also help out at left back should we ever have an injury crisis. Well, we're pretty well sorted at left back because even though I wasn't really thinking of it, my director of football was thinking we need to strengthen left back. And upon review, I absolutely agree with him because Nathan Riddle not up to the standard anymore. He's dropping more and more in terms of his attributes at 35 years old now, I think. And the backup we had, Daniel Courtney, was never really going to be at the level. So we brought in Kyle Wardlow. He's not an insane player, but he's a very decent player for this level. He's got okay physicals, no real standout weaknesses, 17 central fitness and 13 pace with that 12 tackling in there, 12 decisions. It's okay going forward for a fullback at this level with 5 dribbling and 5 crossing as well. So don't expect any Kyle Wardlow specials, but he will be a very solid player for us. And here you can see other players in a position considered to be at least 2-star below him. So that's very, very nice. Then we need to strengthen down the wings. We only had one wing on each side. Both of them not quite of the quality we would like. Initially, we brought in Mr. James Clark for that left-hand side. He's just rated a 1-star current ability. I don't quite agree with that. I think he's got some nice assets with that 13 acceleration, 10 pace is okay, 8 crossing, 8 dribbling, and 8 first touch with 12 technique and 11 work rate. I think he could be a very, very decent winger on my third. Hassan, welcome to the chat. Yes, I am late. I apologize for that. I was unable to stream this afternoon due to family commitments, which came up short term, and yeah, just a busy day. But we're gonna at least have one relaxed stream tonight. Well, I'm very sorry about that. And then, we also got the option to bring in Thomas Burns, and since he looks that little bit better, we decided to pull the trigger on that. And he is going to be our starting left winger now. And then finally, our director of football also brought in a player in attacking midfield, Kalen Ward. No idea how to pronounce his name. Kaulan. And yeah, he looks just like a wonderful player for this level. Really nice that our director of football brought him in. However, we are still looking for a right winger very desperately. We had one on the verge of coming in, but we couldn't quite get it over the line. Which would have been an insane signing, and ideally also a striker. However, we have a player in the offing, Matthew Heron, who could kind of fill both of those gaps. Now, we're looking for starters in both those places, so we could have two different players, but this would be a nice compromise. He's a fantastic player down that right-hand side. I can also cause some havoc with his pace down the middle. So we'll see what happens there. But let's just continue and get into the first preseason game. Family comes first. Yeah, you're absolutely right with that, Hassan. When something comes up with family, you just have to be at the hub. It's just what it's like. And how I am doing, I'm very well. Thank you very much. I'm very tired. It's been a long week. I'm not used to streaming this much. Now, as I'm really enjoying it, there was also other commitments in my life with university and, as I say, family recently, and my girlfriend being in town. And like longest relationship. She lives in Italy, so she doesn't have that much to do when she's here. So whenever I'm off stream, I kind of want to spend the time with her and give her a good time. So it's been very stressful. So I'm pretty tired, but I didn't want to miss out on a stream today, play with Football Manager, just chilling out. So I'm really looking forward to it. We're going to be a bit more laid back today. And when there's nothing to talk about, we'll talk about nothing. I'm not going to try to force the issue. As Matthew Heron confirms the deal, he was an irregular starter, agreed playing time, just 40 euros appearance fee. For a player of his quality, I'm absolutely fine paying that. And, he's not the smartest, he's not the most insane player technical, but with 15 acceleration, 11 agility, and 11 pace, I just think he can hurt defenses at this level. So I'm very happy to bring him in. His cons not the best. Has a pretty deep red competitive streak, so he might pick up some unnecessary bookings and red cards. Doesn't feel comfortable playing in big matches, and his failure is up to injuries. But I still think he could be such a difference maker that bringing him in is just a sensible thing to do. And I'll pull the trigger on that. But we're probably going to play him down that right-hand side primarily. We do have two decent options at striker. We don't have a single secondary option down that right-hand side. So yeah, very good signing for sure. Matthew Heron coming in, he's gonna make the world of difference on our right-hand side. What does that do with our finances? So we are still just 240. Why is our committed spending higher than our currently spending? We don't. Okay, apparently we do have James Morgan coming in. I think that's the next email then. But just for a very low deal. So we still have a lot of money in there, so we could still fill that gap in that striker spot, which would be very nice. Ask Mitchell to welcome him. And that central midfielder spot, I forgot about that. We need a defensive player in central midfield because William Worry's injury. Really like it if you could help Matthew Heron settle here. We are going to let him train as a winger down the right on attack. What is his weak foot saying? Weak right only as well. With him playing at striker, sometimes I'd like him to work on that a little bit. How old is he? He's 22, he's 125 centimeters tall. Maybe some off the ball movement could make him lethal with that physical attributes. Oh no, actually, there's no doubt what we're doing. We are training him to knock the ball past the opponent with that 15 acceleration. We have to. As James Morgan, we put an offer in for him. At max 2-star accountability, 4-star potential. I don't necessarily think he's going to be something we're very interested in. Could do a job in that defensive central midfield role. We'll see if he ends up accepting an offer, and then we'll make our final decision on that. Apparently we're already at the game. Okay. Apparently we can put some more players on the bench. That's very nice. We need to change something around a little bit. We'll need to bring Matthew Heron onto the bench at least for James Clark, and then I think we'll let him start ahead of Bradley Yip. Apparently, he's perfectly familiar with the tactical familiarity. I don't know why it dropped so much our tactical familiarity. We did some minor changes to the tactics. I'm a bit annoyed at that. That's okay, we'll fix it. Okay, so we can bring 3 more players onto the bench. Ben Gordon, Courtney, Jack Owens. And we'll bring on James Clark for John McGill as well. And yeah. Let's just jump into the first preseason game. Now, we're not going to watch all the preseason games. No, we'll just go through them on commentary only. But since it's the first one, we haven't had a match on the live stream for a while. I think we'll watch this one, at least on key highlights. Watch our new players getting on the ball for the first time for us. So new players on the pitch today are going to be Kai Wardlow down on left back. And the 3 behind the striker, Matthew Harron, Kaylan Ward, and Thomas Burns as well. I don't have any recommendations because we don't have an assistant manager. We're just going to make it difficult. I'll tell the boys. I don't care if it's no, we don't expect to win against this team. It's a lot better than us. This is all about form and fitness, not the result. Let's go into the match preview. Let's just not get battered. I'm kind of scared with the tactical changes because we have set it to a positive mentality, and our 4 most forward players are set to be attacking. So maybe we have a little bit too little backtracking. But we'll just play it by ear. We'll try it and we see how it works out, and maybe we change it throughout the season. But I feel like at this level, you just need those few players pushing forward, and yeah, the rest of the players can just defend, because it's not like all of their players are going to be pushing forward anyways. They probably have fullbacks which are very much not made to go forward much. Let's see what the highlight setting is. It's extended. We will play on key. We should be fine on key. So we're looking under pressure early on already, though. And also Barnes loses out on it early. So yeah, I'm not expecting anything of this in this game. Warren Point are top tier side. Yes, we're playing at home. Yes, it's preseason, so anything could happen. But if we get battered here 5-0, then it won't be a big surprise. Let's just say that. We will put up the tempo of match speed between the highlights, because we don't really care to sit around here for ages. As they put their first shot in, we put the second shot in, so it's an even game so far, arguably. Seem to be doing well with our positive mentality, keeping hold of a lot of the ball. But you never know, maybe that style of football kind of suggests that it's not a problem if we do. As Shotoya is in, and it gets deflected and goes into the back of the net. And that's a bit frustrating, as he was let in by a bit of a howler there from, who was that? Was that Ferguson? Yeah, Ferguson just stops on the ball. There's no deflection there. It was just perfectly slotted into the bottom corner by Shotoya. Good on him. Good on him. Another highlight falling straight after for them in an offensive position. Could be trouble, and it is. Niall Lennon puts them 2-0 ahead. Again, not too worried about this preseason game, but I'd like to see a bit of us on the ball and going forward, especially because we have so many new players in that forward line. There's a good delivery. Craig Bryars could do better. Nicely placed by Mr. Niall Lennon. As apparently we've just have 47 people in attendance, but that stand looks like it's hosting 200. Like, what's going on there? And this is also pretty packed. I'm not sure if these numbers are correct. Or maybe it's the graphics misrepresenting it. As Jamie Massey and Andrew Ferguson play a bit of back and forth, and then Wilson gives it up cheaply, one of our safest players in position, and Sullivan almost gets them 3 ahead. So yeah, there could be a bit of a battering here. Especially if we keep on letting them in so easily. There's a corner here as well. Push apparently, and it's going to be a penalty. Perfect. Byrne gives it away as well. Who's Byrne? I don't even know. Hutchinson dispatches it. What is it? 3-0? Stuart Hutchinson. Who's Byrne? It said that Byrne did a push, but we don't have a player called Byrne, do we? Is the fast name? I'm confused now. Yeah, terrible start to preseason. No two ways about it. I mean, they have been very clinical, but we have given them opportunities where we shouldn't have. You would always expect them to score that penalty. Yeah, there's nothing all too surprising in here, to be honest. Okay, let's go into the dressing room. I want a much better display in the second half, because that was not good enough, but I think I'll change quite a few players around. Just because, you know, we want to see all the players out there and also build a bit of match sharpness for all of them. Tom Hegan will get a half because he's going to have to play pretty soon because we start with a cup game fairly early. I think we're going to give him most of the cup games this season. Craig Bryce is going to make room for Elliot Wood to give his debut. Ben Mitchell is going to make space for Mateo LaWalker coming in onto the pitch. Jack Graham can sit it out for now and join for Ferguson later. Kai Wardlow can also stay out there for a little bit longer. Johnny Wilson is going to make space for Matty Hanna. Aaron Cochrane can stay out there a little bit. We'll leave Matthew Harron out there for a little bit longer, see if he can do a bit more than he's shown us so far and learn the tactic a little bit better as well. Kalen Ward will get to sit out the rest of this with Jack Owens coming in so he can continue learning the attack midfielder position. So you still want him to learn that. We'll take Tom Burns off and give James Clark an opportunity to get used to playing as a winger on attack on the left. And we'll let Chris Watts show us if he can do better than Jake Moore out there. So big change over time to personnel, just giving all the players a bit of a run out. Well, they are a top league side for a reason exactly. Not well expecting to get a good result here. Anyways, hopefully this doesn't turn into a battering where morale drops. Yeah, I hope the players don't take this too much personally. But Heron is in down the right hand side, so maybe there's an opportunity for us early on the second. Watts to shoot. He scores and he's onside. Let's go. Let's win this one. Oh, let's be realistic, but it was very well played. Heron pushes down that right hand side, using a bit of his acceleration and pace to stay away from his man, even though he doesn't quite beat him with it. Matthew Hanna slots in Watts, takes a touch, just about stays far enough away from the defender, and finishes nicely. Or maybe Chris Watts wants to be the starting striker this season. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I like his attributes a bit better than Jake Moore's. Of course, Jake Moore has had such a good season, or such good scoring ones last season, that we don't want to be too harsh on him and drop him for no good reason. As Clark is in, and yes, that's a perfect start for him in life, for his life at the new club and learning a new position as well. That'll do the confidence the world of good as two people off the bench, Owens and Clark, combine. Although that's not really an Owens assist, he tried to go for the shot, and goalkeeper very weakly positioned, so he might not quite be at the level to be a top level goalkeeper, but we'll take it. 3-2. We'll make some more substitutions. Ferguson can now come off for Jack Graham. We'll play LaWalker over on that side because I feel like it matters less if a no-nonsense centre-back is on his weaker foot. Kai Wardlow can come off, and we will obviously bring on Mr. Nathan Riddle. Cochrane can come off and make space for Blackstock. Hopefully we'll get another option in that central midfield spot. And Heron, surprisingly, has not improved in terms of match rating, even though he created that one goal, basically. Bradley Yip will come on for him. These four players apparently will stay out of the match today. That's okay. Yeah, let's confirm those changes, and we'll just keep going with the same tactic. That's what preseason is all about, learning a new tactic, seeing if it works as well, of course, in different game scenarios a little bit. So that's important information. We're back in this game, actually. 3-2. I'm not hopeful that we'll turn it around or anything like that, but we should be doing well enough to keep this a respectable scoreline at this stage and not get battered. Although I say that O'Sullivan is in, and luckily he misses. For some encouragement out there, keep their heads high, hopefully. And yeah, it's looking like it's going to peter out at 3-2. Not many opportunities in the last few minutes, although I say that, and there's a highlight falling here. Tom Hegan off goal kick Finds Clark in so much space. Wonderfully spotted, Tom. He's down at left. He's got a good delivery on him. Finds Watts. Oh, what was that? Chris Watts! Can we watch that again? Where are we here? No, that's not where we want to be. I don't know where we want to be. Doesn't matter. That was a terrible shot by Watts. He definitely should have at the very least worked the keeper there. Actually should have equalized, to be honest. But that's okay. It was good, lively signs from the forward line, especially the guys coming in, Clark and Owens. I like what I'm seeing there. We're going to the dressing room. Tell the boys you did us proud today. That's what I asked for. Everyone's very happy with that, and they did, especially the boys coming on off the bench. I'm very happy with that. 3-2 defeat against Royal Point. We will take that, especially after that first half. Should have a bit of character to get back into that. We will, however, go through work quick and tear apart the players who did not do well enough. To keep their morale high and hopefully motivate them to turn around next time out. I'm not sure I can do it with the new players yet. No, I can't. I need to wait for them to have played a couple of games for us before I can criticize them, apparently. Also go through and find them just to show them that this kind of stuff is not acceptable in a police service of Northern Ireland's shirt. Jamie Massey will get a bit of criticism. I do expect him to do better if he wants to be the starting goalkeeper this season. Okay, none of the players off the bench did too badly. It's very nice. We will continue, and the interesting thing now will be, will our backroom staff arrange any friendlies, or will they just leave nothing happening until the league season or the cup season starts in 28 days' time? We shall see. Check more. Okay, everyone accepts the warning. That is good. Actually, let's have a look squad planner. We can now. Which one can we cancel? The right winger one or the striker one? We'll leave them all on, actually. Now that I've looked at it, because I wouldn't mind any of those kind of players coming in. And we can rearrange things around those people joining us however we see fit. We have a recruitment review meeting on the 31st of July. I'm not sure what happens in those. We shall see when we get into it. So apparently our live streams are on YouTube, so we've got 4 likes but only 1 viewer currently. Bit odd. If I wouldn't know any better, I would presume that I'm buying bots to help my algorithm. But I don't think I am. Come on, backroom staff, organize more friendlies. Come on. I feel like it might be a case of no one feeling responsible for it. Because the thing is that we don't have an assistant manager. I think normally that goes to him. Maybe that's the thing, that no one feels like the responsibility of I'm the one who has to organize friendlies. Okay, recruitment focus suggestions. Please find attached some suggestions, potential adjustments to recruitment focus. They want us to stop the striker one because we brought in Matthew Heron. We're not going to, because we're not sure if we want to use Heron as a winger or as a striker yet. It depends on what other signings you bring in. So show us those first. You can't delegate it because you got no assistant. No, I can delegate it, but it's not one of those tabs in the terms of backroom staff responsibility or staff responsibilities where you pick the person who does it, but it's just a box you tick where it says backroom staff organizes friendlies. and then, you know, it's just up to the backroom staff to agree amongst themselves who does it. Why isn't the DOF hired an assistant yet? Well, the DOF has hired like 3 coaches already, but because we have so little spots, he can't hire an assistant now. He had the opportunity a couple of weeks ago, but instead he decided to bring in a goalkeeping coach, which was fair enough. We didn't have one of those, but you know, the system would have been better. We have arranged his recruitment meeting to devise a strategy for the upcoming transfer window. Okay, let's attend the meeting. Oh, there's a lot of information. Here's a review of all transfer business since the last meeting. Since then, we have seen some activity. Yeah, we've actually had a lot of activity. We also have some players attracting interest and have some suggestions for players who we could move on from. Okay, no one actually, but okay. I would like to empty this out a bit, but these are all done by my backroom staff, so we'll leave that. We're gonna get rid of the M right, because that's not what we need. Oh no, I can't get rid of it from here. Okay, that's fine. Then let's transfer history, listed players, recruitment focuses. Okay, oh, we're in for Joel Bradley apparently, a right winger. Interesting. When did we do that? Oh, he looks good. He looks very good. I like it. Let's get to recommendations. There's an update of all the players we recommend based on the recruitment focuses to sign. Yeah, that's good. You do you with that, to be honest. Show other recommended players and meeting. Good. Thank you very much. But you keep doing that. So apparently we made an offer for Joel Bradley. He looks very nice, to be honest. He's got a very good delivery on him with 9 crossing, 10 dribbling as well, a bit of pace. 8 off the ball is also okay. 5 anticipation I would like to be higher, but and 5 composure as well. But overall, I wouldn't mind bringing him in. We'll see if we can make it happen. If we bring another right winger in, and then a central midfielder, defensive option there, we would look so strong for next season. I would be so happy with that work of my backroom staff. We'll see. Fortnightly staff meeting, however, let's see what they suggest. Maybe they suggest putting in a couple of new friendlies. Tom Hegan, would he improve if we try to avoid use the weaker foot? Nah, no, it's not that bad. Matthew Hanna should play one more, more 1-2 passes. I don't necessarily think so. He doesn't have like the initial burst of pace to be effective at that. Speaking with him, I think would be wise. Thomas Barnes in the coming weeks, he might become unhappy with training as a result of him being asked to do a high amount of extra training. Suck it up. Colin Ward thinks that individual training is not suitable. Okay, we have more options to give to him, so we'll try and rearrange it. Let's do a bit more attacking movement. What do you think of that? You might want to reconsider asking Matthew Heron to learn a new position. Okay, because he doesn't want to learn a new position, but that's fine. He learned that in no time, then he will stop complaining. My individual training playing that out for Tom Hegan has worked. Jake Moore has trained really well recently, very good. Matthew Hanna has improved a lot. Jamie Math has also improved to be seen at the level of our league right now. Ben Gordon's lack of progress, disappointing, and meeting, good, very much. Well, thank you very much for all the important information gathered from that. After this advance, actually, we'll have a quick look. I'll show you what I mean with the backroom staff training friendly scheduling situation. Like if next Monday, on the 7th of July, August, they still haven't arranged any friendlies, then I will start doing it myself. I just cannot take that as this month apparently we've made 2,800, which is very nice. Then I want to look at something important. Club vision. No, we don't really want to ask for anything here. We're quite happy around here, to be fair. Warrior Briars and Yip are the only people supporting us still. Not very much like that. To improve social groups, what are we saying? Wood doesn't have any friends. Wilson and Davolko remain in their little group because they have similar flags, you know, the Irish and Italian one. And then here's a group of players who have just joined, but they don't like Wood because he has a face, and that scares them. And I think also because Wood is a bit younger. Yeah, the staffing. Already forgot again. Responsibilities, match. So you can see here, it's backroom staff arrange friendly matches for the first squad. Maybe it's because I'm set to be leading the friendly matches. So let's try and delegate that one, and maybe then Carl McDowell will see himself in a spot where he needs to arrange the friendlies. Maybe that's the reason. Because I'm picked just above that to control the friendly matches. Maybe that's why no one feels like they are the ones who should arrange them. So yeah, we're going to have to live without an assistant for now. That's very disappointing because Terence O'Hara, who we had in that position before, was a very, very good assistant. So you got to William Worry, and James Morgan is about to join for the B team, but I think we're going to reject that one. Yeah, Terence O'Hara was a very good assistant, but sadly, our director of football decided we need to go a different direction. So yeah, we're just going to have to deal with that. And yeah, no, James Morgan, I don't really see much purpose for him. You know, we could play him in that defensive central midfielder role, but it's just not quite of the level that we'd like the player to come in there is. You know, in 3 vision and 5 technique, you can really play midfield, actually. So yeah, I think we're just gonna reject James Morgan. Don't really see much purpose in it. Doesn't seem to have a lot of potential either. Let us cancel that deal. So the only one we're currently waiting for is Joel Bradley, and then hopefully he'll start putting the eyes towards the central midfielder. They really don't seem to have prioritized that so far, and I'm getting a little bit annoyed at it. Message in the inbox. Okay, C+ still from the board, C+ from the supporters. I'm still a bit disappointed at that. I think they should like me more. Not great. I've made an approach to sign Jack Graham. I feel like there's already been approaches made for him this season, and we've offered him a new contract. Am I right with that? I think so. What's it say if we? Okay, would be open to re-entering contract talks. Like, can I not just leave this now? It's frustrating. His existing contract. I guess we're the ones offering him a contract now because I had to click it again. Frustrated with myself. You did it again! Yes, I did. I just can't help myself. I'm always interested because, like, normally you can click that, and if he's not interested in entering contract talks because maybe he just signed one with us, it says so there. So I couldn't help myself. Apparently, that recruitment focus is completed. I'll just let you do whatever you think now at this stage. So long we still have that focus up there, but it's not showing up here, which is so weird. Our first match of the season, by the way, against Tubermore, who finished in 5th last season. So a tricky tie away from home. I'm not sure if that's actually going to happen because on the same day there's going to be the first and second round of the cup we're participating in, and then they're probably going to have to move the league fixture. Telling your players exactly what you think of them may fuck up their ideas. Oh, hints and tips is gone. Shoot inside instructs your players to shoot when the opportunity arises instead of waiting for a more clear-cut opening. Okay, that's pretty self-explanatory. Pre-season report on Banbridge. Good luck to them avoiding relegation again after they did so well last season. Clark McLaughlin, I would love it. I don't think it's happening. Training week in review. I feel like it's been a while since we did that, or did we do it last week? Not sure. Let's just praise check Mook because he's doing so well. Everyone else will leave then. Okay, still no friendly scheduled. Come on. Let's just do one. Come on, just 2 or 3 more fights. Don't worry, if nothing's happening, then I will take care of it. But it's just insane to me that they're not doing anything. It's so weird. Because like AI teams do friendlies before the season, not the perfect amount, not the perfect like distance between each other, of course, but they do that. So Jack Graham's confirmed the contract. A little bit cheeky by having offered it to him myself, but I mean it's exactly the same contract he was on before. Good to keep him around. Come on, let's get that signing done for the right winger. We can play Heron through the middle. He'll be dangerous at that pace. And will look frightening, I think, for this season. I really think we do. Like the signings our director of football has pulled off. Really nice. Brownsman asks for the dimensions. You know what? We're just gonna keep with what we have. I know actually it's not what we had, is it? First pitch dimensions are narrow, which will suit teams who play predominantly through the middle. Wide players will struggle to make an impact. No, I don't think that's a good idea for us. Should we just go standard? I think we should just go standard. You know, we're good down the wings. Also not terrible through the center. We're good with balls in behind. We can also... Maybe we could go long, couldn't we? Should we go long? Got a bit of pace now. Breaking behind. I feel like long might be a good idea. Yeah, let's go long. 115 meters and 70 meters width compared to standard would be 105 by 68. But is it bad for our defense? We're going to get beat by balls over the top though. Let's try it. Let's try it for this season. Long pitch dimensions. I like this is kind of that thing why we all love Football Manager, because these kind of levels of detail they put in there, it's beautiful. Absolutely magnificent that you can make those kind of choices. How do you want your pitch sizes to be? The groundsman, where should they draw the lines this year? You can do it every year as well when you have a stadium which lets you do it. I'm not sure. I think every stadium lets you do that. Small levels of detail is incredible. It is absolutely the kind of things they thought of. You know, as much like I absolutely agree and I'm on board with the criticism they received this year, because there's not really been any major features. Now, I love the squad planner, which is one of their major features this year. I use it a lot, and I really like the overview it gives you for each individual position and the way it's designed. But it's not a major feature. You know, it's you had it before in the squad depth chart, basically in a similar way, and I don't know. It's just a ridiculous thing to have as a major feature. It's like, you know, if you give me a 10-hour crash course in skinning, I could probably have done that last season. Obviously, the impact it would have made on the scouting and everything, and how easy you can scout now, may be different, but still, I could have. Balangashi's recommended it. That's interesting. Let's go through this and clean this up real quick again. I don't like it when there's always new players popping up, which we have signed. Which don't necessarily want that. Kalen Ward is going to be attacking midfielder, not a central midfielder for us. Thank you for popping by though. And he can go top of that list. Why is it like all first? That's weird. Not sure what's going on here. Okay, yeah, like that, it's fine. Tumba, James Clark, Tarkington, yes. We have Heron for now, although maybe it's not going to remain like that if we sign the right winger and Heron goes through the middle. For now, we'll leave it like that. And one thing, no, we'll just try it again. Shortlist. If no one's picked up Oscar Ed yet, we'll just make another loan offer for him. Because why would we not? Just terms, make offer. Let's see how it goes. I mean, it's tough to come up with new features every year. Yeah, I mean, that's fair enough because the game doesn't change either, but there has been a couple of things the community has cried out, especially in the last year, I feel like. And when I say the community, it's been like sort of Dr. Benji and Sealand, and I know these are only individuals, but they obviously represent the voice of a lot of people. And like one of the things is the set piece creator, which needs rework, and I feel like, you know, even if they just do a new overlay which works properly, which visualizes this a bit better, that's fine. It doesn't need to be anything so in depth. But also, for example, national team coaching. You can't like set up the training for national team coaching. You can't rest your players in between matches, even when they're on national team duty. When resting players is always really, really handy if you're having like games in quick succession, which normally you have on national team duty. So that's kind of ridiculous. And I feel like those minor changes to national team coaching, just like selling national team coaching anew, like this year you can do it like never before, would have made so much sense this year because the game came out in the lead up to a World Cup. Even though they don't have the rights to the World Cup, so I understand why they wouldn't have so much focus on it, but I feel like it just made sense. As Joel Bradley has instead decided to sign a new non-contract with Port Stewart instead of joining us to be our right-hand side winger, which is very sad. Instead, we will be putting our focus only towards Shea O'Hare, a young striker. Not necessarily what we're looking for. And Matthew Heron is going to remain on the right wing for now, following that. Of course, there are always things they can improve on. Yeah, no, like that's probably, I get that there's always something you can complain about. There's always something you can find. But, you know, I feel like those two things are kind of things which change how you play the game more significantly, especially, you know, yeah, like your game experience from match to match more significantly than like a squad planner does. And it's kind of a thing that is better to sell as a new feature. But again, I understand why at some point it becomes difficult to always think of new features because it's still a game of football and their aim is to have the most realistic representation of the game of football. And you just can't think of new things every time. You know, they had the data up a couple of years ago because a lot of data is now more important in football. And this is perfect for Football Manager because it's very easy to kind of accumulate that data. I say easy. So that's a cool introduction and something, you know, I don't use it that much, but some people do, and it's very valuable to have. But, you know, like football teams training, they introduced that ages ago. Yes, they could have that bit more intuitive, but it works. People understand it. So I fully understand the claim of it's difficult to always think of new things. I feel like there's a couple of things they could have done better this year. And like, as I say, use the occasion of it being a World Cup year because I think people are a lot more interested in international management, especially because you never had it that so close after the game came out, the World Cup was there. Because normally it's like 9 months into the game coming out, so there's not that much excitement about that World Cup, about an international tournament. Normally the closest thing you have to an international tournament happening soon after Football Manager coming out is like the AFCON in January. And with all due respect to African football, no one really cares. Like the main population of who play this game are not that excited about it. They're not thinking about about international management so deeply before then. As Share Hair comes in, future prospect squad, all fair enough. But a 50 euro appearance fee is among the highest earners we would have at the club. Now, I don't dislike him. I'm not sure I like him though, either, to be honest. He's a very good technical player. He's got a 9 technique, 10 heading, 13 first touch, 10 finishing, and 10 dribbling. But he doesn't stand out anywhere really physically. He could become a bit more of a target option with that 10 jumping reach and 6 strength at 19. That could still improve. 10 acceleration at 9 agility. He's not going to be a slouch either. But those mental stats: 6 off the ball, 5 decisions, 5 composure, 6 anticipation, 15 determination. Is he really the player we're looking for? I mean, maybe he's not the worst option, but he's also not going to be very useful sort of helping out build-up play with 3 vision and 2 passing. He's got a 4 and 5 teamwork and work rate. I'm not sold on him. He plays a fairly determined attitude. He's played, okay, let's come to it, Dungannon from the top tier. Played last season at Coxton Youth. No idea who or where they are. And I Intermediate League. I do not know. I do not know what to do with Sheer or Hair. Like, we could bring him in, have him like as our third choice strike option, and we've got numbers in there. We could keep our Hair and outside. We could also reject it and hope that he comes up with something better. Because, you know, we could also just delay it, because we should still have the money available. Let me see something real quick. If I offer, like, say a player we're not interested in, Scott McBride, if I offer him a contract, what's the highest I can give him? Say regular starter. Just want to know this. What's the highest I could give him? Okay, 170. So this is, let me walk away from that. We don't care for that. So I think we can just delay this one. Our director of football should still have enough wiggle room in the budget, and we can make a decision later. Don't know about that one, Chief. He has 10 finishing a 13 first touch, and he's reasonably quick. That's about it. Yeah, no, he definitely wouldn't be like the kind of guy who comes in and demands a starting place. He would fill us up in terms of numbers. I think we'll sit on it for at least a week if our director of football doesn't seem too interested in going for other players within that week. So the deadline for our backroom staff to arrange the friend list has passed. So you know what, I'll just arrange one a week, and if my backroom staff don't do it, we will do it like every week, once at a time. So we're gonna play against P.S.N.I Olympics, so we can put up a fast team and a second team like that, and that way hopefully get more players match fit. I feel like at the stage that's a good idea, actually. Organize a few friendlies. Yeah, we're gonna do this one, and you know, then we're gonna do one again if they don't do anything next week. And that way we at least get a little bit of match sharpness into the boys as the season's about to kick off. And obviously that's massively important. The players to be up to speed. Okay, that's happening in 2 days' time now. Team's election advice, thank you very much. Again, I feel like our backroom staff haven't understood that we need a defensive option in that central midfield area. Because I don't mind if we don't get another right wing or striker, and we should be able to kind of, you know, deal with that with the players we have in the squad. But it would be very important to get another Get another central midfielder in there. Okay, so we'll be starting with that team again. However, we'll be thinning out the bench and making all these players available for the B team, I think. So Jack Owens can come off the bench, and Morgan can come in for Tom Hegan. Jack Owens will go to play as an attacking midfielder. James Clark will start on that left wing. Bradley Yip will start on that right. Matty Hanna is gonna go. Elliot Wood, I think, can stay, and Calvin Brownlee can start for the B team. Jack Graham can start. I know actually Lavorka can start for the first team, but Mitchell can start for the B team. Blackstock starts. Chrissy Watts starts. So all of these players should be 10. Okay, no, so we're missing one position. We'll figure out what it is in a second. Tom Hegan goes in goal. Ben Mitchell goes at left centre back. Calvin Brownlee always sits at right back, that's good. Jack Graham right centre back. Louis Blackstock ball-winning midfielder. Matty Hanna in a playmaker role. Jack Owens AM. James Clarkey AM. Bradley, yep. And Chris Watts. Okay, so that's a left back who's missing. We will make available Daniel Courtney or Nathan Riddle. Let's give it to Nathan Riddle. Hopefully no one gets injured out there. I'll cut it to there. Okay, perfect. That way a lot of players get matched up, unless if we play our B team. As Ed has decided to move elsewhere on loan. Good luck to him there. I was not expecting him to join us. But we still need a central midfielder who can defend a bit. Now we can go into training and go a bit more depth in it, because we seem to be dropping in terms of our training ratings as well. We don't like saying that. Jack Owens not improving as a player, but he has. Ooh, he's now a competent attacking midfielder, which gives him a star in there. Full one, a gold one of those. Incredible. Tom Hegan has not developed as we'd like. Nor has Matthew Hanna. Nor has Bradley Yip developed. Not what we like to see. There's James Clark. I'm tempted to tell him off about not improving in that attacking left midfielder spot. He might get mad at me for that, as now he's gonna hate me forever. That was really stupid for me. Yeah, unnecessarily to risk that one. I mean, seemingly hasn't developed. Maybe he's developed a lot. Maybe he's just a controversial figure. It's gonna take us a long time to get him back on my side. That was my bad. Sorry about that. Cup draw coming soon. Yeah, exactly. For the second round cup game. Elliot Wood. Putting in a good effort. We wanted to put in a good bit of improvement though. We don't just want to see effort. In Tomato, we want to see you perform better on the training pitch. Colin Wall, we can't talk about it yet. No Matthew Heron. Tom Barnes though. Not good enough. Okay, let's see what Dynamics says. Yeah, James Clark feels the training criticism was unfair. Does he hate me? No, not yet. Well, they will get there still. Who knows? And let's go into staff responsibilities and want to take control of the friendly match just so we can make substitution at the right time, but I think we'll just be progressing through on only commentary. Just watch the highlights on replay, the goals on replay. This is always very nice information. Goalkeeper who channel peak and enjoy their best football years between the ages of 31 and 35. So at 35, goalkeepers still expected to be at their peak in the game, which is realistic. But you know, you always feel like once a player's hit that age of 28, 29, you should get rid of him as quick as you can, because they're not going to be much use for you for much longer, and you can still make cash out of them. Actually, if goalkeepers apparently until 35, you can still get the top performance out of them. To the team selection. Of course, we do not have many options now, but we still have some players we can bring off the bench, and the players could use that match time anyways. As Aaron Cochrane feels confused as to the position he needs to play. I am still confused why we're not looking to find a new player for that. I don't care if it's preseason, winning is a habit and we need to win this match. We need to, because we're playing against our B team after all. So let's show them how it's done. Hopefully they're lining up as I told. This isn't our B team. What did I go through all the effort for setting them up? Some even stay for longer, like Buffon. He's still kicking. Is he still playing in Parma? What a guy. But we set our B team up. They've only picked Brownlee. Why has that not worked? Frustrating. Matthew Heron scores a fantastic goal. Are they on the bench? Let's see your position. None of them on the bench. Oh my God, I went through all of that for nothing. How annoying. What a wonderful goal though by Matthew Harrison. How he controlled that and then finished. Very nice to see. Lovely. You messed up, lol, or rather wasted your time. I'd say it messed up because I needed these players to get match sharpness and train in those positions. I don't know what I did wrong. Is it always like this? It's always like this, then that's bad. For some reason we had a whistle, that's pointless. Okay, going to break it 1-0 up. Oh no, saying that. Is that going to be a goal for our first team? It looks like it is. Burns. Slide through Jakey Moore, and of course he slots it home. Shoots it over the goalkeeper. Okay, a very nice performance though. 2-0 up. Seen many problems. Jamie Masson has completed just 45% of his passes. Suggests our tactic presses very nicely. not very high, but it's not good. But other than that, very good performance. Our complacency. Don't allow complacency to creep in. Do you want to bring anyone in half time? Maybe Tarkington for Barnes. Oh, we'll let him gather some more match fitness. We'll bring Tarkington on in the 60th minute or something. There's another goal here. Looks like it's us again. Colin Ward. Oh no, it's an offside goal. No, we really don't see the replay of that. Thank you very much. So let's just do all the subs now. Daniel Courtney can come on. Ben Gordon can come on for Lavorka. Elliot Wood for Bryles. Tarkington for Tom Barnes. And Tumulty for Caelan Wars. The other players will just have to stick it out. Should we give John? Let's give John McGills a minute as well. Why not? Everyone can get a bit of match sharpness. Won't hurt them. There's another highlight here. Oh, Wood wins the ball back. Off the bench. Plays into Wilson. Wilson over the top to Jake Moore, who heads it past Fordyce. Very well done. 3-0 to us. Very comfortable win for the fast team because the B team didn't show up. And I don't mean like performance-wise, they did okay, but I mean like the players we sent there, they just didn't show up. Don't know what happened to them. Although, they scored for the free kick. Dumb again. Wow! Wow! What a free kick! My God! Can we give him a contract? Grant them again? No, maybe not. That was worth a look. That's exactly what I'm looking for pre-season match. Nice one. Very good. Jake Moore will get some praise for scoring 2 goals. That's just what he does. He doesn't score for ages and performs terribly, and then all of a sudden pops up with 2. Yeah, none of our real fast team players played with them. Brownlee had an okay match, I guess. Paul Brownlee's the only real player at in the B team right now. Once the squad is fully set up for the new season, we'll consider it. So a couple of players have been found for the defend role, but none have been approached yet. We're still looking for winger right and striker, and no central midfielder any longer. Just go for that for now. See if we sign anyone. Because I'm gonna keep on looking for winger right and striker because I don't really mind which of the 2 we sign. Good winger wouldn't go amiss. A good striker and putting Heron good winger and we're putting Heron up as striker wouldn't go amiss. A good striker and we keep Heron down that wings. I think he could be very, very effective in both positions, so that's fine either way. Even though he's not happy about learning that right winger spot. But he'll learn it in no time. And once he knows it well enough, with the proper green dot, he'll be happy to play that as well. No, from my experience playing the game. Let's see who he gets. Yeah, let's see what McCroden does. But we really would like to get in central midfielder. With all due respect to Aaron Cochrane, who has performed pretty well every time we called upon him. If you really want to be serious about making a promotion push, he's not necessarily the kind of player you want in a defensive midfielder spot. He's got 4 tackling at the end of the day. We'd like someone who can win the ball back a bit more reliably. Yes, that's 2 cup ties coming up apparently. P.S.N Cup second round draw today. Okay, that's also happening today. How many teams are in there? Automatic draw takes so long, doesn't it? Yeah, automatic draw takes so long. Stop automatic draw. Draw all teams who are playing. We're away against Arna, who are from the championship. From the second tier. That could be a very, very tricky tie then. Away from home against Arna. Where did I finish last season? In 5th after finishing 2nd in real life last season. Okay, then this is probably going to be a step too far for us already in the P.S.N League Cup. Oh, it's a League Cup, so only teams up until our division will be included in it. That's fair enough, but we're going to tricky tie there. We'll give it a best shot, but again, could be a step too far, so that's going to happen on the 29th of November, 3 days after the Steelers and Sun Cup second round and the league match. We're still yet to see what happens there. So many cups starting around the same time. If they don't set up a friendly match, can I choose a team? Yeah, sure, go nuts. We're going to wait until like Tuesday morning. Otherwise, we'll set up a friendly match on that Saturday. So if you want to think of your team, put it in a chat right now. Feel free to do so. Or we can have a look through what they suggest. We can also have a look at what teams play at the Dub other than Queen's University and play away to them maybe to say goodbye to our stadium. I'll give it a proper goodbye because we weren't quite ready for it with the emotional end to last season. Fortnightly staff meeting, no longer weakness. You can keep training at that. Elliot Wood should knock the ball past opponents. Yeah, are we not training that already? Ah, no, he's not that fast. No, I don't think so. Tony Tomalty no longer trains as an attacking midfielder. Yes, he told us that lots of times. James Clark would be wise to play close attention. Commentary because he has had reason to believe that he's been treated unfairly. Yes, I know. Don't go bitching and moaning about it to everyone, Jamesy. Matthew Hanna is making progress, although he's only rated at 1-star current ability now anymore, which is very unfair to him, if you ask me. He's a very good player, actually. Danny Carlton has improved. Nick Tarkington has improved remarkably, apparently. I don't quite agree with that. Okay, then Tuesday has come. They still haven't cared to set up a friendly. It's been very disappointing this preseason. So let's arrange one, and Hassan, my friend, you can take your pick as to who you would like us to play. Maybe we should do it on Friday so we fit for that Saturday. Yeah, let's do it on Friday. So do you want us to click through? We have in large reputation teams Derry, Dollingston, Finn Harps, North Breda, UCD. Vardy, Stanley, and similar. Let's see, do we see anything interesting here? Killy Moon. Killy Moon, I love it. Then we have Connor. Just a bloke, I guess. UUJ. If you want to, you can also just give me a random name and I like choose other team and look for them. Maybe they'll be interested. Killy Moon I like though. You can play against the third team of Werder Bremen apparently, or against the second team of Bordeaux. You can challenge one of these French teams, but that was not that would be a huge loss, so we shouldn't do that. Okay, all of the foreign teams would be a huge loss. So let's not do any of that. Nearby teams, we could play Ford, former US president, and Carbrand. We could play Queen's Grads. I don't know, just Grads for graduates. So Lower Maze. I love Northern Ireland. Groom Sports. Carried Off. Banger Swift. Swift Bangers. You see two potential. Okay, let me hear it. UUJ. Yeah, they were in the very small teams. Okay. What's the other? Kelvin. Where did you see Kelvin? I just saw Connor. What the hell? Or you should look for them. Kelvin OB! Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. Do you want to give me which one of them you'd like, or should I make the executive decision? Low on base. Oh, they also have the civil service at Northern Ireland. Pick whichever of those. Okay, it's got to be Calvin for me. These boys are hot. The old boys from Calvin. They play in the NAFL 2A. Of course. Where else would they be playing? Okay, we'll confirm that. We'll hopefully be playing Calvin in a couple of days' time. Exciting. Thank you very much for that suggestion. Calvin Old Boys. Calvin Old Boys have accepted the offer. Perfect. Dandela make Ben Mitchell offer. Ay, ay, ay. Not a bit of interest in for Ben Mitchell. Don't worry, I'm not going to click offer contract. Although, could I? But again, I feel like contract details. I can click that. I feel like we've just offered him a new contract. We had that argument, yeah, about the squad role. So this could be rocky. I don't know what Peter McCrone is going to do if he advance through. If he's going to offer him one, or if he's just going to see what he says to the Dandela offer. I feel like, if Dandela come in and McCrone doesn't make him an offer, we just see what happens. If he wants to stick around, good. If he doesn't, we have enough numbers in centre back. Obviously, we're better with him because he's quality, but we would have enough numbers in centre back even if he was to leave. The Calvin Old Boys are about to come to town. Let's see. Okay, our director of football has not offered him another contract. There's Sheer Harris back around. And I feel like our director of football has seen it as a sign that we're not interested in anyone else by us delaying it. So we shall just reject it now. Because as much as I think he wouldn't be a bad signing, he's not the player we need right now. And I hope by cancelling it, it'll make it more likely that Peter McCrone will look for someone else. As we must decide on bonuses paid out, and we're not allowed to give them a high bonus here, are we? Okay, then we'll give them normal bonuses for both, because I feel like good competition achievements should be rewarded by good money as well. Give the players some more incentives, if not just for their ambition to win games. Can I do anything to tell them we need a defensive midfielder? Please. We were thinking about Nick Tarkenton maybe playing there. Right, he's just not the guy, is he? No, he's not. He's got 5 concentration, 5 marking, 5 positioning, 4 tackling. He's really not the guy for that. I don't know why I was thinking that. I mean, is Aaron Cochrane the guy for it? Maybe not. Do we have anyone else? Exactly. You know what, I might just start training Tarkenton then. I don't know. I'm a bit frustrated at how our director of football just ignored that. Do we have to get rid of William Worry maybe? I don't think he's going to play for us, really, at all anymore. He's just here on an amateur contract, and I don't want to have any drama with the dressing room by getting rid of him. I should make Andrew Ferguson vice captain, shouldn't I? Because he's going to be playing and Riddle isn't. He doesn't have that leadership, does he? Ben Mitchell would have that leadership. Again, he's probably not going to be playing most of the time. We're not sure if he stays. Maybe it is Johnny Wilson. Yeah, you know what? It's Johnny Wilson. Johnny Wilson's going to be vice captain if Riddle is fine with me taking it away from him. I'll remove about captaincy. More suitable candidates. He thinks I'm probably right. Okay. Tactics captains. We'll make Wilson captain because he's going to play basically every game he's available for, without a doubt, really. And if Riddle can go here on that list. So yeah, just makes sense. And if Ferguson can go here too, because he's atop the hierarchy. Yeah, we need some boys to step up at the hierarchy, to be honest, because with Will Rory not going to be involved much, Nathan Riddle stepping down a bit as well, will be very useful. He's done a good job so far. He just needs a CDM or two. Look, I'd be fine with one. Aaron Cochran is the kind of player who can deputize when we need him to, and he has done really well so far. Director of football, I'm just a bit frustrated. You know, if he doesn't find the right player, that's fine, but he doesn't. He didn't seem to be interested to address the issue at all. And I think it might be just because we have a lot of numbers in centre midfield. Maybe it will make a difference if I go here and I remove Louis Blackstock so that he sees we just have one player I'm really considering for here. Now, Louis Blackstock can play that too, but it's not the kind of guy we really want. As Reese Watson, he's made an offer for left back. Not really too hot for that. We show a bit of loan interest in Mr. Jack Barry. And he would, he would give us that another option on the right hand side, giving us the possibility to play Heron through the center. So I wouldn't mind bringing him in at all. Be a good option. Coming from Cliftonville, we'll see if that actually happens. We scouted Johnny Taylor, looks like a good player too, but not in the position or anything like that we need. I think we'll save the game here as well. Season 2, stream 2. He really loves the left back. Yeah, isn't that's like the, I don't know, it must be the 8th left back he's tried to sign this season, this window, it feels like. Okay, let's fix this up then. John McGill can stay home. Jack Graham can go here. Then Mitchell here. Then Mitchell will. Oh, we're not sure if he starts the season actually with him being under bid. We'll play him in this match to give him the impression he starts the season. Maybe that will mean he'll stick around. Nathan Riddle on the bench. Jack Owens down here. Matthew Hanna. Snowy sitting in here. Blackstock. Go there. James Clark there. No, actually not Bradley because there. No, I'm confused now. Confused myself. Chris Watts goes here. No, they would have done. I think there's nobody with a goalkeeper in that spot. Put Tompkins in there. Okay. Perfect. Tactical familiarity seems to be growing. And let's go and smash Kelvin Old Boys, because they are from somewhere within the lower tiers. They only have grayed out players, and I would be very mad if we're not able to. This will finish a 4 goal, then give me a selection headache. Jake Moore is inspired by that, as we do expect more from him. Although I did score 2 in the last one, didn't he? But that was against our B team, so maybe. As we haven't really valued our new stadium so far. It looks pretty nice, to be fair. It's never going to be competing with the dub, but New Forge Lane it's called, and it looks very nice. It looks like a lot more than 1,000 capacity, to be honest. As Burton scores first goal, assisted by Jake Moore. Pretty simple one, just straight at the keeper. Well, he lets it slip through. That's very nice. As you know, I'm gonna use this first half and I'm gonna get some water because I am thirsty. I'll see you all in a second after we finish watching this goal together. Wilson slides in Heron down the right, shows his off his pace. He's going to shoot himself. Looks like he is. Oh, power. Yeah, there's another goals being scored. Is that Burns or Moore? Moore was almost causing it not to count because of offside, and it looks like it's gone down to his. So this is going very smoothly, to be honest. Creating very good opportunities, scoring most of them, or like enough of them. I like what I'm seeing. Kai Wardlow seems the only one who's not really found his home in this tactic yet. And Cochrane also struggling to perform to quite a dominant level. Well, that's okay. They are mainly there to keep us defensively solid. Okay, I don't know why I'm looking at this preseason games, to be honest, just to make sure that we don't have any gaping holes in our tactics, I guess. That's not any that I can see. Let's not allow complacency to creep in. And I think we'll do all our changes at the 60th minute mark because we want all these players to be playing to begin the season, so they should be the one who have the most sharpness. I will bring in Tom Hegan because he might be starting the season because he is our cup goalkeeper, and I think we're starting with a cup game, although that still hasn't quite been decided yet. And other than that, we'll leave everyone out there as we have it. We'll start the second half. As Moore slid in from, who was that? Was that Wardlow? Was that one of our defenders? A wonderful dinked finish. Who slid him in there? That was a beautifully sliced pass. Kai Wardlow. I just criticized him. And he goes and pulls that off. Let me make substitutions. Ferguson can come on for Lavorka because he's a bit tired, and maybe Lavorka will be starting the season as well. Other than that, we'll give everyone another 10 minutes, I think, before we sub them off. Yes, I think that's what we'll do. Look at that, 4-0. Swimmingly, yes. Counter very easy here, and Jake Moore can run through at the goalkeeper one-on-one and just hooks it from like this the edge of the D. Interesting finish, controversial. As Matilda Walker would prefer to stay on the bench. What the hell's the matter with you, man? No! Matthew Harron's picked up an injury. That's a foot injury. Oh, please don't tell me that's anything serious. Okay, I'll take that as a sign that we should make some changes. Jack Owens come on to continue working on him being an attacking midfielder. We'll do the same with James Clarkey on that left. We'll give Jake Moore his standing ovation after his 3 goals and 10.0 performance. Blackstocker ran out there. Matthew Hanna, he never lets us down. Nathan Riddle as well. Jack Graham, of course. And Elliot Wood. Confirm those changes and go into the last 20 minutes like that. Or hopefully that injury to Harron isn't anything major. As everyone coming on off the bench seemingly is showing signs of complaint. That would prefer to stay on the bench. What do you mean? Are you here to play football or not? What? Riddle almost got a wonderful free kick. Owens knocks in the rebound. Nice to see. Oh no, it was disallowed for offside. That's weird, the way the line was drawn there. It looked like it counted. No matter. Yeah, hopefully that injury to Harron isn't anything major. You know, like we should have enough to replace him for a while with Yip. We don't have anyone else who can play down that right-hand side, and also he just looks quality. We want him in the team. Let's get into the dressing room. Very happy indeed with that win. Our preparations are coming along nicely. Start the season in good spirits. Confidence boost for sure. So training this week's come back nicely as well. Got that 5-0 win. We'll keep it of suspense to see what Matthew Heron's injury is. Jake Ball will obviously get praised. 3 goals and an assist. 12 in front of goal. Barnes will also get praised for his 8.1 scoring a goal as well. Oh, I can't praise him yet. Can't praise him either. They haven't been around for long enough. Okay, let's see. Damn it. Oh, 4 to 5 weeks of a sprained ankle ligament from Matthew Heron. That is bad. One thing I will do following that is I will stop looking for a striker, and hopefully this will push some incentive for a director of football to sign a new right winger. Then Heron will move into the centre, but like if we can get a right winger in soon, that would be very nice, because we're going to start the league season, or the season, with quite a lot of fixture congestion by the looks of it. So it would be very handy to have some sort of a backup option on that right hand side. So with McLaughlin leaving us, our temporary option for that is gone as well. So it kind of just be Bradley Yip at the moment. So yeah, here's hoping that that director of football is at least like there's going to be something good coming from this with him reacting to this. As he's already in for the loan signing for Jack Barry. Maybe he's going to come in now in the end. That wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, fantastic result. Calvin Old Boys, we smashed them. Good recommendation, Hassan. Thank you very much for that. Gonna have a couple of cup draws right now, and this will finally answer if we're going to start with the league match or actually with a cup match. And Tristan Heron has found his feet on the right hand side. Has had a couple of fantastic performances in the last 2 matches. Okay, cup draw made today. There's too many teams in here. We're just going to go for the draw all teams button. Hope to get someone from the lower leagues. Where are we? Yes, we have gotten a away game against 5 Mile Town. Why are the names in Northern Ireland so cool? 5 Mile Town. Where are they from? From 5 Mile Town. It's called 5 Mile Town. I'm not sure if that's the capacity or if that's like the size of the town of 800 people. My God, I'm going to play 5 Mile Town. I'll look forward to it. And this is going to be set on the 5th of September. Which means the league fixture stays where it was. Okay, so we're going to be starting with a league fixture in a week's time. And I think we might just be able to get that in today. Just to finally get the season started, the season proper. 5 Mile Town. Well, I think it's maybe because the town is like 5 miles long. Let's Google it. 5 Mile Town, Northern Ireland. Let's see what comes up here. Hey, hotels on booking.com, good. 5 Mile Town is Wikipedia. Village and townland in County Tyrone, Northern Ireland. It is okay. Geographical information. Why is it called like that? The village is most famous for its creamery, which has begun a cooperative in 1898 by Hugh de Fellowmore Montgomery. 5 Mile Town Creamery originally made butter and milk. Okay, this really isn't interesting. I thought this would be more fun. 5 Mile Town's name comes from its location. 5 Irish mile, 1 Irish mile is 1.27 status miles, which equals 2,044 meters, so about like 10 kilometers. Its location 10 kilometers from its 5 miles from its nearest neighbors, Clover, Brockborough, and Temple. The original Irish name of townland of 5 Mile Town was Ballinalorgan, townland of the Long Ridge. Anglicised as Ballinalorgan, previous names for the town of 5 Mile Town were Mount Stewart from Sir William Stewart, who founded it in 1619, and Blessingbourne, what a name, from the name of the nearby residence of Colonel Montgomery, the proprietor of the area in the early 19th century. There you go, bit of trivia on 5 Mile Town. The more you know. It's always good to learn. Never stop learning new things. So, one right winger and one central midfielder to come in. That would be perfect. Yeah, Hassan says it right there. Never stop learning. That's the spirit. As Clifton has accepted some more loan offers for Jack Barry. From Banbridge as well. Ah, Banbridge. We need another right winger at this stage. The good thing is that we don't, like, it should come early anyways, like soon, because the transfer is about to slam shut. So if he makes that signing, he needs to make it soon. Obviously, that's fair. That means no one's going to be coming in. But yeah, someone would be good. His father, Nice, wins the Manager of the Season award. They must have done quite something this season then. In the beautiful southern town, city. We've got another cup tie before we get going. It still says that the cup fixture should be on this weekend, but ours is on the 5th of September, so I guess we get like a special exception. The Steels and Suns Cup. So moving quite slow now with the advances. I think it's got a bit to do because we're towards the end of August and the game has to calculate a lot of transfers going on. So we're gonna have 2 more matches before the transfer window slams shut. We're gonna do the league match today, unless something major happens, which delays it a lot. We're gonna do that today. I want to get into the season today. We have a bit of a longer stream for once, and then we will be leaving the day there. Okay, Carl McDowell, new captains. William Rory should be kept as captain. We'll do that. And keep Johnny Wilson as vice captain. Okay, we'll listen to you then if you agree with us. As we've got the first round of that cup. No idea what teams are in which cup. It looks like this is again going to be a cup with only teams from our leagues and above. Actually, it's just like 3 teams from our league and then only above. This is okay. This is going to be a tricky one. I don't know what the Antrim Shield is about. Let's draw all teams. We're going to be away against Ballymena, who are a top tier side. They finished in 8th the last 3 years, so they're leaps and bounds better than us. And they're called the Sky Blues, which is of course a scary proposition in football. So this could be another short time spent in the cup. So if we look at our schedule for now, we are going to be playing like 3 times a week, every week until the 16th of September, except for the weekend here. But maybe there's going to be something added in there as well if we progress in cups. So it's going to be really, really stressful times. And the signing of Reece Watson would be confirmed. We had a quick chat about him before. I just don't see a point in bringing him in. I don't know. He's got a bit about him in terms of potential, apparently. Potentially a player for the championship, the 2nd tier of Northern Irish football. So we've already got 3 decent options in their left backs. I mean, I would be tempted to bring him in. He's got a bit of pace. He's not terrible anyway. Like, he's not good going forward, but he could still develop if he's got that kind of potential. I don't know. I feel like we have the money as well. I'd like him to spend on something else. I think the Steels and Suns Cup is the best cup to win. Yeah, I think so. That there's no other like teams from the divisions above us which are entering that one. But the Intermediate Cup, we were in the final in last season. It's the same situation, isn't it? So I mean, that's also a good opportunity. Should we bring him in, Reece Watson? Except for it may be limiting our resources to bring in other players. I don't really see a negative to bring him in. And I don't think it does because he's so cheap. We can just see if he develops, and if he doesn't, then He's just here on a non-contract. We're not paying him unless we're playing him. Can he play CDM? Not really. Not really. Full first touch, I don't want to see that in my midfield. 3 vision neither. You know, primary job of that role will be to defend, but no, that's not what he'll be here for. And you know what? We're just gonna. How are we gonna do it? So we're currently spending 249. I want to see how much it does for our wage budget as well. We're gonna accept this one. 249. How much does it jump to? 249 to 258. Wow, that cost us €9 out of our wage budget. Okay, that was more than I expected. Please welcome him to the squad. He's gone to P.S.N.I Olympic. That's fine. He can stay in the B team for now. Train as a fallback on support, please. Take control of this player's individual training. Yes, yes, yes. That's okay. And he needs to. So Johnston then needs to knock the ball past the opponent, no doubt. We'll see what becomes of him. Again, like he doesn't cost us anything in actuality because we only pay him if we play him. But I don't know, maybe it'll stop us because it takes something out of our wage budget, of course, and we'll be lacking the money to sign a new player. That could be, of course, the case. But I felt like there was not really a downside to bringing him in, really. Hoping he develops, I guess, yeah. But CDM is still needed desperately, yeah. I don't know what else to do. I don't know how to tell Peter McCroden that we need one. Like, just bring anyone in. As Ben Mitchell has decided to stay with us and to check the contract, so he continues to stay here. It's very nice to see. So we are going to keep our main centre backs around, even though there are recently offers in for Jack Graham and himself. Or is there one for Jack Graham still going on? No, he accepted a contract offer of us again, didn't he? We're about to start the season. What's like our B team schedule actually? Fixtures. It's gonna start on the 9th of September. Very well. Transfer deadline for Northern Irish clubs is in 1 week. Thank you. Tell that to Peter McCroden, who's in for a centre back now. Not what we're looking for, Peter. Not what we're looking for. Let's attend the deadline day recruitment meeting. Expire. Okay, let's go to player status. Here's a recap of all the players we're looking to offer for transfer alone. I'm fine to get rid of Daniel Courtney now. Because we have got another left back in, so we don't really need him, so that's fine. Yeah, I'd like to get that defensive midfielder still in though. And meeting, thank you very much. Highly productive. Offer made for Young, who's going to play down at right-hand side. Could be a defensive midfielder. Not necessarily what we're looking for, but the good thing with him is he's got that 12-3 kick taking and 8 corners with 9 crossings, so just having him on the pitch would be huge. So yeah, actually I don't mind that. Bring him in. We'll play him as a defensive central midfielder. He would obviously be more suited to play as a full-back, or maybe potentially as a winger, but yeah, we'll just use him for the purpose of set pieces. Then no, I don't mind that. That would be a good signing. He looks good. Yeah. Be a bit rude to him to just use him for other purposes than what he's best used for. But we need someone in that position, and he could do a job, I think. As press conference first day of the season, shall we go? Yeah, let's go. Opening day of the season is an important one, isn't it? Won the last 3 matches against Tobermoy, so that's sort of a run important. And can you keep it going on Saturday? Of course, gives us confidence. It's always nice to start with a win, get the points on board, and build some momentum where you're confident you can get off to a good start. Yes, we're working hard. Do you agree that P.S.N.I will live or die by Cowland Ward's performances? Still don't know how to say his first name. This season. I think our squad is a strong one, but clearly Cowland has enormous qualities. Do you feel the team is suitably prepared to get underway? We had a great preseason. With the opening day fast approaching, how excited are you for the season ahead? Can't wait. Can't wait, absolutely. How do you think the way Andrew Ferguson plays could make him ideal for this game? But I expect he'll impress. Heading into this new season, do you know your strongest team? Yeah, I think I have a good idea. Every manager thinks they know their best 11, and I'm not different, but remember, circumstances can change very quickly. Everyone has a chance. Jack Graham has put pen to paper a new contract. He must be delighted he's committed his future to the club. I always wanted him to make a public statement, and he's done just that. And apparently Neil's relationship with us has diminished by that again, which is why I did not want to go to that press conference. Does he like us still? Oh no, we're just acquaintances now. No, wait, that's Russell Rice. Oh no, we're just acquaintances with Neil Stewart now. No! Neil, love me! Here we go again. New season. New heartbreak by Neil. He's met someone else over the summer. Sorry. I'm okay. I'm okay. No, Neil. Yes! Jack Berry! Come on! Jack Berry is going to be coming in, 18-year-old. We're going to pay €9 a week. He wants to play attacking midfielder right as a winger. Agreed playing time, important player. Okay, that might be a bit much actually, but I think it's fair enough. As I said, we want to bring in a winger. He's a very decent option out there. He's got a bit of physicality. He's got a bit of something about him on the ball. 11 flair, 8 dribbling. 18 years old, so he could develop in this season with us. So I think we'd be fools not to sign him at this stage. He's on loan from Cliftonville in the top tier of Northern Irish football. And yeah, we're just going to accept this. No doubt about it. And what does that mean? Of course, with that means that Matthew Heron is going to stop practicing as a wing on attack. He can train as an advanced forward on attack. So that is the position he will take up once he's back from injury. Let's take him out of here. Let's put him into here. No. Okay, we can't right now. Apparently we'll need to wait until he's back from injury, I guess. And we will also be stopping that recruitment focus. And now we just want a central midfielder. Again, I would be happy to use that one guy. So our committed spending, if we do bring him in, is quite significantly over what we're allowed to do, except although a bit of this is going to be going on Ross Hawthorne. So actually we're just going to reject Ross Hawthorne and take in Conor Young. Very nice, good stuff. Can we play the fast game? Yes, we will play the fast game today. It's a bit late, but I do want to get into the season here today. As the only player supporting me now is William Warwick. Ouch. Let's continue. Get Barry into the club. It's not going to start first game, I think. I think we'll start with Mr. Bradley Yip. He knows the tactic. He's a bit more confident around here. But Jack Barry will be coming in before too long. Ben Mitchell continues his job, which he did all season. All summer, getting introducing players into the surroundings here. Winger on attack, that's what you'll be. I'd be tempted to teach him to push the ball past the opponent. He's not necessarily standout in terms of his pace. So instead what we'll do is we'll train attacking movement on him. This scouting meeting suggests there's a player out on loan somewhere. We can't find him anyway, so forget about him. Okay. Fixtures. Okay, some cup start kicks off today. Good for that. Good for that. We can praise training once again before we get into it. Just the top ones, because at this stage of the year I just want to get into some football. I've got a really nice attack squad now. If we bring our one midfielder in, you know, obviously I would have liked someone who's a bit primarily a defender, but I think he could be very useful for us with his set pieces as well. That having that kind of player in that position is better than like sticking with Cochrane. So that's all good. So we're starting out with a league game. Let's set the team up for that real quick. Ben Mitchell will, as we said before, he will start the season in the centre back role because we had to give him the regular start to keep him around. Should his performances ever drop off, we will not hesitate to bring Matteo Lavorca into that starting role. Andrew Ferguson will be starting next to him. He's dropped to a 3-star kind of ability, which is not good signs, to be honest. Kai Wardlow down that left. Johnny Wilson in the centre of the park. Evan Cochrane for now in the ball-winning midfielder role, and hopefully we'll have him replaced soon. Down that right-hand side, we'll be starting with Bradley Yip. Then we have Kalen Ward behind. Thomas Burns has done a good pre-season, so he can start down that side. Jake Moore scored a fantastic amount of goals at the end of the pre-season as well, so he'll start up top. On the bench, we will have Lavorca waiting for his chance. We will have Elliot Wood because he has got the capacities to play on both sides and could make use of the match time to improve. You know, Nathan Riddle has got a bit more of a better player on the ball, but it's fine. Kay Wardlow should have decent performances throughout. Then Matthew Hanna and Tony Tumulty, is that what we want to do? Or should we just put Jack Owens in there? No, Tony Tumulty is fair enough. He's a bit of a difference maker because he's a striker playing an attacking midfield. So he can push forward and use his experience to hopefully have good impact. And then we will bring Jake Barry onto the bench for James Clark and Chris Watts on there. Is that good? Are we missing out on anyone that we'd really like to have around? These players can go off. I do not think we are. Yeah, I think this is gonna be our team going into it. Obviously, Yip eventually is gonna get taken out of that. I intend to play Kalen Ward as an attacking midfielder on support for the time that we don't have an advanced forward in that striker role. Because the idea is like when we have an advanced forward, he's gonna like also like push into the space, into the half spaces, and then we need someone to make a run into the box. But when you have a poacher ahead of him, I don't really think we need that. So we're gonna start with this attacking midfielder on support. We'll see how it goes. If we feel like we still need some more players to push into that zone, then we'll go for attack midfielder on attack, of course. What do we do for CDM though? Well, we have that guy coming in, hopefully, Cornel Young, and we're just gonna make him a defensive midfielder. Again, he's not the very best for it. He's a bit better than the options we have around the club right now, and also he's just the kind of player we want to have on the pitch if he comes in. Because he's got 12 free kick taking at 8 corners, so he's going to make a difference from those situations. So I'd be fine with that. Again, I was hoping for better, but you know, we can't force Mr. McCroden to sign as a defensive midfielder if he doesn't want to. Like, it's not actually a central defensive midfielder; it's just a central midfielder who plays a defensive role. Because we've moved away from that defensive midfielder, we're going to a classic 4-2-3-1, pushed him up a bit. Competition expectation, finish mid-table, reach Northern Irish Cup proper, be competitive, and be competitive in all the other cups. Recent formula says thank you. Hawthorne set to join us. We are going to reject that. Again, similar to the other player. It would be interesting to have him in as a talent, but we don't want to be pushing over our wage budget, and we would be if we bring both the players in we have offers out for. So we're going to prioritize the other guy. I think it's time to get into the fixture. Let's see how that 10:15 now. It's fine. Okay, so we've won our last 3 against Tubbermore reportedly, which is very nice to see. Gives us a bit of confidence. The first one they did lose. But as soon as we took charge, we have been winning them all. And hopefully we will continue that trend. Let us save the game here and then get into the first game of the season. And after this, we're just going to end the stream. But I think it's good to finally get into the season. Then tomorrow we can start with it properly. So this is the matches going on around the leagues. Nothing too interesting. And yeah, let's have one final quick look at the season preview. So it has changed a little bit since we initially looked at it. Now we're sitting in 7th. Initially we were set to be like 10th, also with 100 to 1. But not Breda, who have gotten relegated onto the championship last season, are now predicted to finish bottom here as well, which is kind of fair enough because we saw they only had like 4 or 5 real players, and otherwise just grayed out players. But yeah, it looks like the media are fancying a bit more than they initially did. So maybe, just maybe, we can hold true to that, to our expectations, pushing for a promotion spot. Okay, let's get into the team selection. No, we haven't set up set pieces or anything. We'll do that as soon as we have the full squad available and we know which players have come in and which haven't. And then we'll kind of finish doing that. And maybe because most of their players got snatched up when they got relegated. I'm not sure. I think it was also already like towards the end of last season that we saw that they hardly had any players. But I'm not sure why that was the case. So yeah, this is going to be a team we jump into the first game of the season with a very familiar backline, except for Kai Wardlaw coming in, Jamie Massey, Craig Bryars, Ben Mitchell, and Andrew Ferguson. In midfield, we have Johnny Wilson, who was obviously starting last season, Aaron Cochrane, who's starting because we lost our main defensive midfielder from last season, William Worry, to injury. And behind the striker, we've got Bradley Yip remaining, and Caelan Ward and Thomas Barnes coming in and new for the season, and Jakey Moore continuing obviously up top. Let's jump into the game. Submit the team. Yeah, a couple of players not quite match sharp because our backroom staff weren't smart enough to set up enough friendlies, but I think we should be match sharp enough. I tell the boys I want to be impressed today, go out there and put on a show. As Jake Moore appeared inspired, he loves me, I think. As they are playing in their 4-4-2. Let's see how that matches up against our 4-2-3-1. And then hopefully we can start the league season successfully. We've put up the league table here and hopefully it finally stays, because it always seems to go back to those match stats, which I find highly irritating. As, ooh, then reset it. Let's do extended highlights for the last match of the season. And let's do that. So that was immediately a highlight now. We had it set to only commentary, unless for replays of goals, so good that we noticed that. We need to change it. Yep, thank you very much for that advice. Let's start off with the dub in, not the dub. Oh, we're playing away anyways. But yes, let's get the W. So the changes made to the tactic basically just all mean we're a bit more positive. We press a bit more higher. We were positive in our approach. No, instead of a positive, instead of balanced. Got a couple more attacking roles. Although not actually, but we've pushed up like one of the defensive roles, one of the winger roles, and yeah, that doesn't start too well. We can see that early on, but con calma. It'll work out. That was a very nice take from Rafferty. Andrew Ferguson again. His positioning has been caught out a couple of times now that we noticed. So maybe he isn't that reliable player that I thought he would be. I will encourage the boys. Hopefully pick up the spirits out of it. Yeah, that's not the ideal start. Bradley Yip doesn't like me saying that. Let's see what's gone wrong so far. One thing we can notice that we're just not creating a lot so far. Let's just see if the boys can think of something themselves. Otherwise, maybe we'll think of something in half time. For some more encouragement. Highlight falling here, it's down the left. Cochrane has it. Goes for the cross, doesn't find his man, and Rafferty takes it down for them. Could be worrying. Well, that was a bad pass from them, and Wardlow picks it back up. Pull forward. Bit of back and forth going on here. Toman down the right for them. Toman gonna deliver across. Right side gets a pretty clear header off, and Massey makes a good save there. Fairly routine one though. So we're currently in 12th position as we're the only team that's losing so far. Not ideal. Now Port Stewart join us down here. Okay, similar highlight position as to before. As Barnes gets found in the area, that was a really stupid penalty to go away, but we will take it. And Andrew Ferguson has the opportunity to make up for his mistake from before. As Mika's asking me, is it loud because she's making tiramisu in the background, which I need to help her with in a second. No, I don't think the microphone's picking it up at all. I can hear it a little bit, but it's not bothering us. Thank you very much for asking, Mika. Tell us if the microphone's picking it up, then we can turn it off for the minute. As yeah, Ferguson dispatches the penalty and we're back on level terms going to half time, which is very nice. As maybe Ward swings in a ball. Okay, Wilson's gonna pick it back up. Finds Jakey Moore. Is he gonna shoot? No. Takes it outside. Okay, and maybe the hider is just gonna peter out here, I guess. Maybe not. We're still going with it. Craig Briars. Hopeful ball. And the goalkeeper takes it down. McConnell goes for the long ball. No, don't tell me Rafferty's going to just run through cleanly there. That is terrible. But one takeaway from that is, of course, we'll stop preventing a short goalkeeper distribution. Let him play it short because we're not dealing well with the long ball so far. That was terrible. The penalty they gave away, me. That was absolutely horrendous. Yeah, it's looking like it's not going too badly for us. We should be creating a bit better opportunities, but Ben Mitchell with terrible passing. Good aerial win rate though. It's not really how he should start the season out, considering he should be worried about his starting spots. Why is Kyle Walker so bad in possession? 7 first touch, 12 decisions, 5 vision, okay, 7 passing. Shouldn't be that bad. We've always had that problem with our left back, haven't we? Okay. Happy with how we dominate possession so far. We want to make Mitchell a no-nonsense centre back. Other than that, it's all good for now, I think. Let's see what we can do in the second half. Well, Cochrane on the ball, a bit scared of that, but he did well in the end. Johnny Wilson finds Ward. A stupid ball to play, and obviously Ward gives the ball well away from there. Craig Bryars wins the race there. Massey, oh, that's a dangerous ball. Oh no. Whiteside down the left. He shoots over. Poor ball from Massey, but that's the risk with him. He's a good goalkeeper and saving shots, but he's not good with his feet. But Ward over the free kick. Shoots. Top of the net. We are desperate to get a new free kick taker. You know, Riddle last season didn't have the best attributes for it. Did fairly well. Ward, I don't think it's necessarily the guy to take over that mental piece. As much as he's a good creative player, need something better, and hopefully that guy coming in, who we have that contract out for, could be a solution for us. Bryars finds Ward, who's fouled again. Oh my God, it's happened again. It's happened again. Exact same way, just down the other side to give away another penalty, and Ferguson could not just brace here. Oh, it's saved by McConnell. That might be the first penalty he's missed for us. Better performance, hopefully. Yeah, we're hoping for it in the second half. It's obviously disappointing enough to score a penalty, but can always happen every once in a while, especially at this level. I wouldn't expect to have a penalty taker who always scores. Ferguson has done well overall with those, but couldn't convert that one. Our worst performer out there is Bradley Yip tonight. We might want to take him off and bring on Jack Barry. I mean, we might as well. He could be a difference maker out there, Mr. Jack Barry, having just come in earlier today. Kai Wardlow not performing too well is a bit worrying to see as well. We don't really have an option on the bench for him. I'm guessing that's the only change we make for now. Yeah. I'm going to encourage the boys once more, but if that doesn't do the trick, then we might demand more fairly soon. I'm really excited for this. We had an injection of quality. This Ward is going to deliver a corner, so I think we should have a good one. That one's headed clear initially. Wilson takes it down, steps inside, over the top to Ward, who shoots. It's a terrible shot. I don't know why he took that on. He should have delivered that one. I mean, if he scores it, then fair enough, but he didn't. And let's push Ward forward. Attack midfield on attack roll. See if that helps us out. What changes could we make? None really, none that I can think of. We could give Lavoca some minutes. Ferguson's not doing too well, and he always tires very quickly. So we'll give Lavoca a run out. Want him to play a bit more this season. Johnny Wilson's doing well, so we're not going to bring Matthew Hanna out for him. Gonna bring Matthew Hanna on though in a deep line playmaker role. No, that means we'll have two playmakers right next to each other, but with him being a deep line playmaker and an advanced playmaker, hopefully they stay away from each other enough. I'll try to take the ball off each other. And Chris Watts can have some minutes as well. Let me demand more of the boys. Those who were down well with most of them. Press them a bit higher as we've got some fresh bodies on. Should we counter press? Maybe not. I mean, it's a away tie against one of the better teams in the league, so obviously it wouldn't be a terrible result to have a 1-1 draw here. So we're not going to go kitchen sink at it. But obviously we have been a better team out there, so wouldn't mind winning it. But Black is going to take the kick for them. Luckily, hits the wall. Although saying we've been a better side, like most of our XG has come from the two penalties they have just gifted to us. So McGillerton is going to spin one in. Yeah. Cleared by Lavuka, very nice. We've got 2 central backs on now on the non-London centre back role, which is not ideal that we're distributing the ball there. You know what? I distribute it over the top. We've got some fast boys on there. Maybe something can drop free for us that way. As we've got another throw in, maybe another penalty. Same way as ooh, that was a nice ball across by Hannah. Progress can't get there. We're going to concede an opportunity here. Rafferty is in once more. He's going to score it. Oh, it's just wide. As Wardlaw keeps it in as well. That's very nice. Rafferty has found a lot of joy against us today. And I think we're going to give Tony Tumulty the opportunity to play that attack midfielder on attack role. To see what he can do from there. He was a good player for us last season. Another highlight for him was a throw-in, you know. Won a couple of penalties from these. Tumulty swings to the back stick. Barnes heads it. There we go, Tony Tumulty. With the immediate impact, 1.5 minutes after he came off the bench. Swings in a weak foot across to the back stick. And Thomas Barnes, on his debut, in like a competitive match for us, already scores. Very well done. So unlikely that a small guy like Barnes gets the header in from there, even win the duel against Tom Ann and then get it in from there. Very well done. Obviously, we're going to go time wasting. Make sure we see this victory out. Hopefully, we don't have any substitutions more to make. Otherwise, we actually make some time wasting substitutions. But it looks like. Spoke too soon. I was going to say that it looks like we're going to, after it looked very unlikely a minute ago, make a winning start to the league campaign, as we are. Let's go. Wonderful. Good stuff to turn that around. Showed a lot of character. Also including some of the new boys as well in the situation to turn it around. There's very, very promising sides. They don't just look good in terms of attributes. They actually look good on the pitch as well. And determined to do something here with this team. Although still not out of the woods yet, as four is to stand on the right hand side. I shouldn't have said anything. I should not have said anything. Johnny Wilson gives away the penalty in such a stupid manner. Let's have a look at that. Let's have another look at that. It's Rafferty again, that man. I looked a bit clumsy, but I know maybe Wilson was there fast actually. He's got his head in his hands though. It's going to be Rafferty to take, no, it's Keane to take. Jamie Massey, come on, be a hero. Step up to the plate, lad. Oh, I thought he hit it over. Jamie Massey absolutely in the wrong direction, but I thought he hit it over. Ah, referee, it's nearly 5 minutes of added time when you only gave 4. That's a fair shout, yeah. Scam. Standard of refereeing in Northern Ireland. I've been talking about it all the time. It's Burns over a free kick though. Ooh, what a story that would have been. We've got another corner. We're still playing it. Come on, let's convert this. That'd be a real show of character and intent. Burns to deliver. I still have it set to be like super time wastage. But again, it doesn't matter. We're just going to score from this corner immediately. Come on. Okay. Whatever. We gave it our best shot. Go to the dressing room today. It was one of those days. Yeah, you can see that late. I have to sympathise with the lads. Well, yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll just leave it here on this screen. Sitting in 9th after the first game of the season. Not necessarily a fair assessment. 2-2 as well. Like we should have the most goals scored. No, all the other draws finished 2-2 as well. So that just randomly put us at the bottom of it. I know we're actually here. That's it's alphabetical, isn't it? We went 7th on alphabetical order basically between what was that 6 teams. So yeah. Entertaining game to start the season now. You have to say that, and lots of time to turn it around. So we're not going to raid anyone because just one person. Hassan, I'll leave it up to you where you want to pop off to next. Before we end off the stream, though, we obviously are going to do our secondary donation of today, getting up this raised amount up to 100. It's a nice way to end out the stream day. And tomorrow, I think we'll be back with the late games once again. Hopefully this time for real, 5 p.m. and no, tomorrow's Sunday, isn't it? Oh yeah, tomorrow I'm having my day off. Tomorrow I'm having my full day off. No streaming tomorrow. And on Monday we'll be back with the 2 late game slots is the plan. So 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. As you can see, the donation has gone through. And then also 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So enjoy your Sunday. Have a good time then. And yeah, look forward to seeing you guys on Monday. Thank you very much for tuning in. And until